honestly. I don't know who on the team thought of this, but gold star. Gold, pat on the back, okay? If you're using Tailwind for your Pinterest marketing strategy in 2026 and you are not aware of these new features, which it seems like actually quite a lot of people are not aware of them, you get into kind of a rut and you just use the tool the same way you always have. But they've released some new things, and I want to talk to you about those 7 or 8 new things that they have rolled out that I think are really useful, could make your workflow even better, and could just get you better results in the short term. So the first thing that I want to talk about and dive into is actually the keyword tool that they introduced kind of late-ish last year, or maybe it was early this year. Discover keywords on Pinterest. This is integrated with the API on Pinterest from Tailwind, so you don't have to worry about the pesky little data being wrong. You can search for any keyword here. So let's say you are searching for something relating to denim. Pop that little keyword in there and it's going to tell you the term, the resonance, the search volume. You can filter by language. If there's any keywords you want to save to a list, you can save them. You can copy those keywords and store them elsewhere, like in your Pinterest system. And then if there is a specific keyword that you wanted to save related to a URL, you can even do that. So then every time you create a pin for that URL, Tailwind will have your list of keywords saved for you. So let's say we wanted to save a keyword around Pinterest workflow. I don't know if this is actually going to come up. I'm just going to give it a shot. And there is a one around Pinterest keywords, pin templates. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to save those. And then if I wanted to, I could put the URL in here and it's going to automatically come up every single time. So I'm going to save this one to this URL, and you can actually save it to more than one URL if you want to. And then you just click save keywords and it's going to save those keywords to that URL for you to reuse again in the future. Now, the next thing that I want to show you that's new inside of Tailwind, obviously I'm trying out their new overview, like their new menu look right now, and yours might look slightly different, but I click new post in the top left-hand corner and this little menu comes up. There is an item here I wanted to mention in passing. I'm not going to go in depth into it because I don't have anything prepared for it, but there is an import a CSV functionality within Tailwind that they were working on last year, and it is live. It's been live for quite a while. So if you are creating pins and want to bulk schedule them inside of Tailwind, you can now do so by importing a CSV file. So that's what I'm just going to talk about, and we're going to skip right over it. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is carousels. They just released this year the functionality of actually creating carousel pins. I created a YouTube video this year about how to create carousel pins on Pinterest, and I talked you through creating them natively on Pinterest, creating them on Instagram. You can now create them with Tailwind as well. Now, the limitation still remains. You only get 5 pages, and that's because Tailwind is integrated to Pinterest. And when Pinterest built the Instagram functionality, to my knowledge, they built it around how Instagram works. Instagram allows you 20 pages. Tailwind and Pinterest can only create 5. Now, all you have to do to create a carousel is either upload the pins, export them out of Canva straight into Tailwind, and then you are going to be greeted with a menu. So I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. So if I were to go to upload pins and I were to pull all of these examples, these are example pins from another video I'm doing, and click open, it's going to upload them all into this menu, and it's going to say select all to begin editing or create as a carousel. If I wanted to create all of those as a carousel, it's going to bring all of those pages in, and now I can edit them. There's a few other little things I can do, like I can do per slide edits. So if I wanted to make a new URL for every single slide, I could do that, which Pinterest allows you to do, by the way, directly inside of their editor. And then if you wanted to actually pull images together into a carousel that are already in your Tailwind drafts, you can do that as well. Okay, so let's say we want to take this cover page here and we wanted to make a carousel with it, but the other images that we want in our carousel are not in Tailwind yet. You've got 2 options. You can download them out of Canva or whatever other design tool you use and upload them into Tailwind like I just showed you, or You can also export them out of Tailwind or out of Canva and into Tailwind. So you want to find the Tailwind app, which is inside of apps. You just search for the word Tailwind. I already have it connected, so it's already going to be here for me. And then I'm going to make sure the right account is chosen, and I'm going to click Share to Tailwind. And from here, I'm going to just choose the pages that I want shared. Now it's only allowing me to see those pages that are unhidden. So I need to select and unhide those 4 pages. And then we're going to go back and we're going to export. And now we have those pages available to us. So we're going to do pages 6 to 9. And we're going to export those as PNG files into Tailwind drafts. They are ready for us. So now I'm going to pop over to my Tailwind dashboard. I'm going to do a hard refresh. So Command R on my keyboard. And then I'm going to select the pages that I want to turn into the carousel. And I'm going to click Combine into Carousel in that menu. So go ahead and click that. It's going to check all the aspect ratios, make sure they are all the same, and it's going to give you this warning. The first selected draft becomes the primary page. The remaining ones will become the carousel slides. And then the consumed drafts will be deleted out of your Tailwind drafts. So essentially right now, these are 5 separate files inside of Tailwind. Once I combine them into one carousel, they're going to basically be duplicated into the carousel. The rest of those are going to be deleted, so they won't be duplicates inside your drafts dashboard. Now I'm going to go ahead and unselect, and I'm going to reselect the first page that I want to be the first page. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to select the other 4 pages, and I'm going to combine that into the carousel, because I just want to make sure that everything is capiche before I click the button. It has now combined those into a carousel, and now I can go on and do all of the rest of the work that I wanted to do. So let's talk about tagged products now. So tagged products will allow you to tag products from a store that is connected to your Pinterest account, presumably your Tailwind account. Honestly, I couldn't tell you exactly how this is engineered. But if you hover over and you click tag products, your products are going to show up. I'm assuming this is being fed in from the catalogs over on Pinterest, if I had to guess. This is going to allow you to tag any products in your shop on your actual Pinterest pins. What this does not allow you to do is tag affiliate products. Affiliate stores cannot be verified merchants on Pinterest, and if this is engineered the way that I think it is, you cannot have an affiliate product store on Pinterest anyways. You have to do that particular product tagging on Pinterest itself, which is not a big deal. Inside of Tailwind, though, if you do have a shop and you want to tag your products in your pins, you can do so by filtering through all of your product groups and then tagging whatever products that you want. You can select multiple if you want to, and then you would just click save. And those product pins will show here underneath the actual pin itself. It says 5 tag products. If you click that open, the menu will open back up. Then you can go on to put all of the other relevant information for your Pinterest pin into the actual pin itself. The next feature I want to talk to you about is called Image Refresh. This is a tool that Pinterest engineered. A lot of people, I guess, were asking for it, that pin pins to multiple boards, and they wanted each individual pin on Pinterest to be seen as a new pin, a fresh pin. So Tailwind added this functionality. I'm just going to add a little board list here, and I'm going to click interval 7 days. I'm going to show you what this says. So Image Refresh says it adds a small, imperceptible change to each pin to avoid duplicate content on Pinterest. If you turn this on and then you select your interval or whatever and you click save, it's going to create 4 variations of that one pin, and this is only available on images. It is not available on videos. Once you add your title, your description, your boards, all of that to the pin and you click schedule, it's going to go into your schedule, and then they're going to go on and publish over on Pinterest as usual. The one thing that I wish I would have asked Danny or Paul or whoever else at Pinterest before I filmed this video is Image Refresh is available inside of pin spacing. And I don't know that if you turn on Image Refresh and then you switch to pin spacing, it sticks. And that's a question that I'm not sure the answer to. So if you guys watch this video and you want to leave a comment, that would be great. Let us know. I want to talk to you about the settings inside of your Smart Schedule menu next. And then the last new feature I'm going to talk to you about is Turbo. There used to be only like 3 settings inside of this menu. It was like fill in schedule, lock all pins, and then shuffle. You have unscheduled pins to drafts and bulk delete pins now. And then you also have Smart Schedule settings as well as unlock pins. So you can use any of these features in a number of different ways. I really love the Smart Schedule settings being here because now I don't have to go and dive into my actual settings down in the menu, blah, blah, blah. A lot faster to get to that. But the one that I wanted to walk you through today, the 2 specific ones actually, are unscheduled pins to drafts. If you click that, it's going to move everything out of your drafts or your scheduled pins, and it's going to move them into your drafts. And then if you click bulk delete scheduled pins, which we're going to do, you get 3 options. Delete all scheduled pins for a selected date range, and then delete all pins with a specific URL, which I cannot tell you as a Pinterest manager how excited this makes me when I found this, okay? Found it by accident, love it forever. I'm going to go ahead and type in the URL. And this is just my home page for these 4 pins that are actually, I put in the queue to show you this feature. These pins are not at all any way optimized for Pinterest. I don't want them to schedule. But let's say you accidentally pasted the wrong titles and you scheduled them, which I did last week on a client account. Titles for pin A and images for pin B were accidentally mixed together. So obviously when those go on her account, she might notice them and they don't match, and it would be not a great user experience for the Pinterest users. So when I found this option and I was able to remove all of those pins, I actually, instead of deleting them, I moved them to drafts, but still. You can go ahead and click delete pins for that and they will go away. Honestly, I don't know who on the team thought of this, but gold star. Pat on the back, okay? Pat on the back from me. Last tool that I want to talk about, and this one is a little clunky to get going at first. It took a bit of time for me to actually get it to let me in. So it's called Turbo, and essentially it is a way that you can share pins into a Tailwind community. People are going to engage with your pins on their Pinterest profiles. That's going to count towards engagement on your pins to help you to get more reach. And then you're going to do the same thing for their pins. So it's a tit for tat situation. You add engagement on their pins. It opens up slots on your profile inside of Tailwind Turbo, and then you get to add more pins into your profile. Now, when this first rolled out, it was not separated by Pinterest profile. It is now. So if you are a Pinterest manager and you're playing with this feature per client, hello, you've got multiple options, especially if you have some clients in one account, which I do. Was playing with this earlier, and like I said, it was hard for me to get past the welcome screen. If that's the case, just take a look at this URL, put it in your bar, and it should bring you to this screen. And then basically you want to come in here and you want to find the pins that you want to engage with. You want to do one of 3 things. You want to click visit link, comment, or save it to a board. Those are the 3 engagement things that you can do that help the pin get more reach on Pinterest. And that will open up more slots for you to be able to add your own pins. So in this instance, I'm going to click here and I'm going to add a Pinterest pin into my Turbo. So I have 1 pin active. And if I wanted to, you could click on that and you can see the performance for it. You can see it has 30 days until it is out. And the queue, another pin can be in the queue. This is a pin that I added back in December of 2025. It gained 2,000 impressions. It had 5 engagements and it was on Turbo for 8 days. Overall, Pinterest for those 4 Turbo pins since December 12th, 2025, this is what they've seen. So obviously, if you are engaging with more content, if you are using the tool a lot more, you might see more engagement and more reach. So that's it. So those are the new nifty little toys that Tailwind has given us to play with and to try and make our own Pinterest marketing and strategy even better. If you want more Tailwind tips and advice, make sure you head on over to the Tailwind playlist here on the channel. I also have Tailwind content on my blog, heatherfarris.com. Otherwise, join us inside Pin Profit Academy, where I teach you how to use the tool video by video, tutorial by tutorial, and I can support you in office hours calls if you get hung up on any of this stuff, which I do quite frequently. So I will see you in one of those places. Bye for now.